All right, Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, the Bawanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Waharakak Kwadash, elect out there, doing this work of faith and labor of love, true sincerity. All right, and I wanted to get into a brief lesson, basically entitled the circular system or the lymphatic system. Or, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure, but more than likely, you know what, the blood or lymphatic system, okay? And I want to base that, upon the notion that, what Esau has our people constantly thinking that, everything is about the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood. We know that the blood is very, very important to the body, but Esau always neglects the lymphatic system, which is three-fourths more larger than the blood system, okay? So I want to bring out this first precept here. This is the book of Leviticus 17:11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls, for it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. So we see that the life of the flesh is in the blood, okay? So the blood is very, very, very vital to our life force, to our lifeline, okay? But the thing that, most people get misunderstood is that, oh, if I have acne, I got to cleanse my blood, I'm having breakouts, so I need to cleanse my blood. What's the blood cleansers? I need blood herbs, this and the third. You need blood herbs for your iron, and to help clean the blood, but the blood is very, very easy to clean out. It doesn't take much for you to clean out your blood. It doesn't take much at all, because your blood has to maintain a certain pH, or else what you'll die. So the the blood always stays at a certain level regardless, or we would die. It's simple as that. So instead of, people always focusing on the blood, you need to focus on the lymphatic system, okay? Because that's what filters all of the waste, some waste that the blood may filter out, okay? And from other parts of the body, from the liver, so on and so forth. The lymphatic system comprises throughout the whole body. It's 3/4 times larger than the blood system. And this is the system that is in charge of dealing with all of the waste. The blood is there to be nutritive to us, okay? The blood is there to be nutritive, not to deal with all of the toxins that come within our body. Because if the blood had to deal with all of the toxins that come within our body, from the things that we touch, from the air that we breathe, from all the foods that we put into our system, stuff like that, we would die within a heartbeat. So what system is in charge of all of that waste? The lymphatic system, okay? The blood is very important, but it's minor in comparison to the lymphatic system, which deals with all of the waste. Now, I want to just bring out a couple things, just to documents, just to back up my point, okay? So that brothers can know, like, if you have certain things that's going on with you, don't just jump to the blood and think it's, oh, my blood is toxic. My blood is toxic. No, if your blood was toxic, you would die. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just get straight to the point in this article. This is from myhdiet.com. And I know I'm like repeating myself a lot, but I just want to really stress those points. They have a saying in the world, repetition is the father of learning. So I want to drill this, in the brother's head, so you can get this clear understanding, that it's about the lymphatic system, okay? So, right, want to get to the point, okay? Yeah, I start here. It says, everybody should know about the pH scale, but I'll read this anyway. It says, the pH scale runs from 0, extremely acid, to 14, extremely alkaline. A pH of 0 to 6.9 is acid, 7 is neutral, 7.1 to 14 is alkaline. Each unit increases by a factor of 10 To neutralize 1 part of acid requires 10 parts of alkalinity. The pH of the blood is 7.35 to 7.45. Okay, now check this. If the pH of the blood drops below 7 and into the acid zone, you die. Likewise, if the blood becomes too alkaline, you die. And if the blood becomes too alkaline, that's a symptom in which they call alkalosis. Okay, which is, it can happen, but it's very, very rare. So dig this. So if our blood was so acidic as people think there is, why aren't people just dropping like flies? Because your blood always has to maintain this balance between 7.35 to 7.35. It can drop a little low or go a little higher, but on a daily basis, it always ranges between these 2 points. Always. Because you clearly see from here, because if it didn't, we would die. As simple as that. Let's see here. And no, matter of fact, let me go to the other brief article. Okay. Now, this is from Quora.com, because different organs of the body have different pH levels. Your whole body is not completely alkaline. Certain organs are acidic and certain organs are alkaline, depending on their job, what their job entails, you know. So read point 1. It says human blood stays in a very narrow range pH range, right around 7.35 to 7.45. If blood pH moves too much below 6.8 or above 7.8, cells stop functioning and the patient dies. As we said before, the ideal pH for the blood is 7.4. So when you read this, it said what human digestive tract pH range chart: saliva 6.5 to 7.5, up to 1 minute. Upper stomach, what the upper stomach you see is acidic, what 4.0 to 6.5. In order to deal with to break down all of the foods and different things that we digest. The lower stomach, you know, you see is acid. The duodenum is alkaline. You know, the intestines, you know, that can range. The large intestine, that can range, but it's mainly acidic. The pancreas, which I don't believe they have up here, the pancreas usually stays about a range of 8.3. You know, so different parts of the body have different pHs depending on what their job is and to bring our body at a total balance. Okay. So, and I wanted to get into, I believe it's one more article. I don't know where I put that article at. Because it was Slocky. Give me 1 second. Where was it? It was on Pinterest. Yeah, give me 1 second to look up. Okay, here we go. All right, now we're going to just read a little briefly on this article from Pinterest. Okay, so it says the lymphatic system might be the body's most forgotten and understudied system. People usually hear about it only in relation to cancer. So if people only hear about the lymph nodes or the lymphatic system in relation to cancer, what does that tell you? If you have cancer, where do you go? You go to the lymphatic system. Everything has to, all of the toxins and stuff have to go through the lymphatic system, and it has to filter through the kidneys. That's why it's very important to keep your kidneys healthy, okay? Because that's the key to unlocking all these different ailments in which we have. If your kidneys are functioning at an optimal level, no disease can overtake you. Okay, no so-called disease can overtake you. All right, and they have a saying, what, that disease can't live in an alkaline body. Well, disease can't live in a body whose kidneys are properly functioning, because therefore you have open channels so the lymphatic system can drain all the sewage out of it on a constant basis when you're urinating, you know, and also, you know, when you're moving your bowels, because you have lymph nodes all in the bowel walls as well. Okay, so it says, when everything seems to be going well, the lymphatic system just gets ignored and its function is not really considered. If you knew that the lymphatic system may be more important than the blood supply system, would that change the way you look after it? Read on to find out how the lymph's significance and how to keep it flowing to preserve your health. All right, it says the lymphatic system works like a drain. It detoxifies the body, removes the waste, not the blood, okay? Not the blood. That's not the blood's job. The blood is like the kitchen, you know. You go in the kitchen to get your food, to get your nutrients, you know, and it distributes it throughout the different blood vessels and stuff like that and send it to the various areas where it needs to go, okay, through the liver and so on and so forth. So the blood is like the kitchen, you know, and the lymphatic system is basically the toilet, or the pipes that's in your house, you know, from the toilet bowl to filter out all of the waste. That's what that is. That's why it's so important. Okay, that's why, like, you know, for instance, like with a snake or something, a snake bites you, that venom gets straight to your blood. You see people usually die within minutes to a couple of hours, you know, because it gets directly to the blood system. But the foods and the different toxins and stuff that we take in that doesn't go directly to the blood system, that goes through the lymphatic system. Okay, and the blood takes a minor hit from all of those toxins, but it kicks it right off to the lymphatic system. Hey, lymphatic system, deal with that. That's not our job. You know what I'm saying? That's what the blood pretty much says to the lymphatic system. That's not our job. You handle that. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes straight there. That's why we have the lymph nodes all throughout our body as checkpoints, you know, to filter out the waste. Okay, I mentioned this in videos before, but, you know, like I said, just trying to stress these points. Okay, so it says the lymphatic system works like a drain. It detoxifies the body, removes the waste, and makes sure the offensive substances such as bacteria, allergens, okay, heavy metals, molds, fungi, chemicals, trans fat leave the body in due time. So any molds or fungus and different things like that, they deal with the lymphatic system. You have people that have herpes and HIV and all that stuff is trapped up in your lymphatic system, because this is the body's immune system, which Esau doesn't tell you. All right, it supports every other system in the body and is crucial for your immunity. Why? Because it is your immune system. It's a lipid-based system, and it's thick and it's mucousy. You know, like when you spit out phlegm